flashing in his face.
Hey guys, welcome to Oversteer TV Drift Chat, our new Monday night show covering all the little bits and pieces of the New Zealand drift scene and of course a taste of what's been happening around the world. Now there's been plenty of action happening over the weekend, so let's get straight into it. Leading tonight, the World Time Attack Challenge was held over the weekend with the Honeywell Garrett International Drift Challenge getting underway at Sydney Motorsport Park. Qualifying in first place was none other than New Zealand driver Mad Mike Whittett in his 20V powered Red Bull Mazda RX-8, scoring a polarising 99-point qualifying pass to take pole position for the weekend.
Second half staying on, rev limiter lights flashing in his face as he cuts around the final turn.
The weather played a big part in performance. A wet track for the majority of the top 32 battles created tough conditions. Mad Mike unable to convert his qualifying performance in the battle's mechanical dramas, creating setbacks with damage sustained to the RX-8's oil sump. Mad Mike finishing up in the top 8. Kiwi champions Darren Kelly and Colt Armstrong were knocked out in the top 16, while the rest of the Kiwi contingent were knocked out during the top 32. Dylan Woolhouse suffering an engine failure before qualifying, and Carl Thompson unfortunately suffering a clutch failure just before the top 32. Now the best of the Kiwis was Shane van Gisbergen in the MCA Suspension 370Z, finishing up third overall for the weekend, though not without his own mechanical dramas. Engine failure during his chase run with Australian champ Bo Yates, the Giz pumping out more steam than tyre smoke.
It has, it's popped a mill.
It's popped it.
That was bits of piston or
Something's
valve
coming
or
out,
something coming out.
coming out of the Van Gisbergen car, but he's going to drive it till he kills it. Wow. Look at the smoke billowing out of the Van Gisbergen machine. Shane Van Gisbergen, are they going to be able to nurse at home? What is that?
Now this would set up the final for the evening with Bo Yates up against Japanese legend Daigo Saito. A one more time battle would see the Toyota Genuine Parts 86 come away with the overall victory, Bo Yates taking out the Honeywell Garrett International Drift Challenge for 2017.
That's a mistake. Oh, a bit of a straight, a small one from Bo Yates. Yates is back up on that hooky high line.
Well, hot off the press last night, the NZ Extreme Motor Series and the D1NZ launching their promotional video for round 1 of the 2018 season. Wellington Speedway, the lower North Island, it's going to be a very long time coming. More than 20 years since the last Wellington 500 street race. Multi-Code Motorsport is coming back to the nation's capital.
Hey guys, Gaz Wider here, 4-time New Zealand champ. I'm stoked to announce I'll be coming back to D1NZ thanks to Phoenix and a new partner. So can't wait to see everyone and come and check our new car out at Big Boys Toys in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so stoked to be coming back. Can't wait to rub doors with the boys again. And who won last season?
Cole Armstrong.
Cole Armstrong won. Did no one turn up? Did he win? I've taken a few years off to concentrate on family, build this big thing. Now I've got to get back to work and finish it, so get out of here.
What's up, I'm Cole Armstrong, D1NZ, #1 New Zealand, driver of the 250 GT V&G Skyline. I'm coming back to defend my title. We've got Gaz Wider, he's barking at the door, reckons he's coming back out of retirement. It's all on this year. We've got our old girl all refreshed, good to go, and we'll be bringing the heat like we did last year and smacking some doors. Catch me 2018, January the 13th, Wellington, where I'm going to be showing Gaz how it's done in these new school days with the old R34. It's going to be good, it's going to be exciting, all the boys are going to be there, make sure you're there.
Really great stuff there from Gaz Wider and Colt Armstrong. Gaz Wider, of course, 4-time New Zealand champion, announcing his return to D1NZ, and Colt Armstrong our current 2017 champion, announcing he'll be contending the title defense in the V-Energy R34 Skyline. Tickets are on sale now. D1NZ drifting in Wellington. Get excited, tell your mates, bring your mum and dad, pack the car out. It's going to be one hell of a show. To international news now in round 8, the grand final, the title fight for the American Formula Drift Series was held over the weekend at Irwindale Speedway. Chelsea Denofa topping qualifying in his BC Racing Ford Mustang with a 98-point pass. Well, it's perhaps going to be the last time we'll ever see drifting here at the famous House of Drift. The Waterhouse Drift team continued to show their dominance in the FD scene, with the Polish driver Peter Vincek taking the round victory ahead of Dai Yoshihara.
Here we go, let's send in the House of Drift for what could be the final time here at Irwindale Speedway. Dai Yoshihara, the smoke machine is on. Peter Vincek, great proximity. Can he maintain that? Going past that front clip, Peter Vincek takes it out. Dai Yoshihara on that back outer zone, but Peter Vincek regains composure. Is it Peter Vincek or Dai Yoshihara for the win? Are you kidding me? Send it, Irwindale!
Ireland's James Dean took home 3rd place for the weekend, as well as early celebrations during the top 32, where James Dean officially banked the final points during a bye run to become the 2017 Formula Drift champion.
Even more emotional, magnanimous. His mother and father making their way from Ireland. They are here in the building, and the Irish fans are cheering him on around the globe. Some say he's the best drifter in the world, and right now, there's his hand out the window. The #1 is flying, the Irish flags are waving, and there's his team. James Dean is your 2017 Formula Drift champion, piloting the Waterhouse Drift team. Falcon Tires, S15, make some noise for James the Machine Dean.
Hold it up high, make some noise, James Dean!
Spinning, loud noises. It's Ken Block, and he's scored himself a brand new toy, the 91 Ford Escort Cosworth Rally Car. 2-litre turbocharged, 400 horsepower, 7-speed sequential gearbox, sending power to all 4 wheels. The WRC Rally Spec Madness, as featured on Hoonigan. Do check out the YouTube channel for more action. When in Rome or when in Riga, the EKS Rallycross team took on the Latvian capital city in their 560 horsepower Audi Quattro supercars. Plenty of sideways entertainment. Check out the full video on the EKS YouTube channel. To another video feature now, back here in New Zealand. Flat 4s and 4 doors. The first ever Street Fighters event got underway in Taupo for all things Mitsubishi and Subaru. And if you're keen on a taste of homegrown Kiwi all-wheel drive madness, check out the full video from Odd Collective over on the Choice Events Facebook page. Well, this weekend is the annual Waimate 50 Festival of Motorsport, one of the longest standing street races left in New Zealand, and the small South Island town is about to be turned into motorsport heaven for all the petrol heads out there. Now, this Saturday night features the North vs South Drift Challenge, where there's no judges, plenty of grudges, and the crowd get to vote for their winner. Now, last year's victory was taken out by a completely non-biased decision, with Christchurch-based Phil Sutherland taking out the win in his Nissan V8 S14. What will be in store this weekend? Well, we've got the full entry list of drivers ready to go, and we're going to run through them all here on another event preview. Well, While leading the South Island drivers will be current Drift South champion Dan Curry in his U-Brake WeFix Nissan S15, running a Toyota 2JZ Turbo, top ranked on form with his recent win down in Invercargill at Teretonga Park Raceway for round 1 of the New Zealand Drift South Series. Tapes and CDs, D1NZ Pro driver Phil Sutherland will be returning to defend his title. He'll be back in one of his big power machines, either the 2JZ Skyline or the V8 S14, backed by Drains and Developments. He'll be hoping to win the local Waimate crowd once again and snatch that North vs South trophy. Former Drift South champion and Drift South original Glenn Puppich will be back in his Summerland Express Freight A31 Safiro. Always knows how to pedal and is always happy smiles in pit lane. D1NZ Pro Sport driver Mike Sloan joins the lineup in his 1JZ powered Nissan S15. Shannon Redman in his SR22 powered Nissan S14 Silvia based out of Christchurch. Sheldon Neal, podium finisher at round 1 of the Drift South Series and second in the championship, lines up in his Nissan 180SX. Dan Robinson will be back on track in his H&R Motorsport JZ powered Nissan S13. Corey Farrant from Christchurch will be behind the wheel of the SIL 80 Nissan 180SX, and another Christchurch driver in his Nissan R32 Skyline sedan, Cody Hayden Holmes, will line up behind the wheel of his 500 horsepower RB30 DET. Now that wraps up the southern drivers. To the north drivers now, and Fanga Dan has picked another fresh team to get a taste of the southern comfort in Waimate. Leading up the lineup will be the man himself, two-time New Zealand champion Dan Woolhouse, and he'll be taking down the Century Batteries Holden Commodore V8. Right behind him will be another two-time New Zealand Championship winner, Kurt Whitaker. The Vertex Casper Transmission R34 Skyline will be back in action, and just a reminder, no longer running the 14 Ford V8. That's right, the 2JZ Turbo is back in and will be shredding tyres this weekend around the Waimate Street Course. From one 2JZ to another, the First Lady of New Zealand Drifting, Jodie Verhulst, will be ready to go in her 2JZ anti-lag machine. The Milwaukee 86 fronted Supra will no doubt sound fantastic on the built-up street course. A man who will no doubt love the wild driving in Waimate will be none other than Miami Vice himself, Andrew Redwood, in his Achilles Radial FC RX7. The V8 power will no doubt also turn heads down in the south, along with his lock-to-lock D1NZ Angle King style. Team Jenkins Motorsport will be heading back after last year's show, this time bringing Troy Jenkins, Brian Roberts towing RB30 deck powered Nissan S15, and that's of course after Ben Jenkins brought down his SR20 S13 for a play last year. Now both cars will be in action this weekend. And finally, from Rattler Motorsport, Shane Allen will be back on the horse after his big crash at the D1NZ Grand Final at Pukekohe. That's right, the V8 Ford Mustang, the green machine, will be back in action around the streets of Waimate. Well, that is a pretty wild lineup. It's going to be an awesome show for the South Island fans. Make sure you head along and check it out. Visit waimate50.co.nz for full event info. Get your tickets. Tickets will be at the gate. If you're in the South Island, pack out the car and we'll see you there. Time for Drift Calendar now, and some cool cars in action here from a couple weeks back during the Drift School Day held by Drift South and the Canterbury Car Club. Plenty of drift lube out on track thanks to some rainy weather. Now cheers to Tony Cross for sending that in for us. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page. We've got the full clip coming thanks to Crossed Up Media in the coming weeks. Now if you've got your own track day coming up and you want us to give it a bit of a shout out, do send it in and we'll give it a plug. Just message us on our Facebook page or email us at info@oversteertv.co.nz. Well, as you know, this weekend is the North vs South Drift Challenge as part of the entertainment for the McEwen Petroleum Waimate 50 Festival of Motorsport. It's drift action all day with drift demos in between the racing action, so make sure you go and check it out. And of course the crowd voted competition kicking off on Saturday night at around 6 PM. If you're in the South Island, again, pack the car, tell your mates, get on down. It's going to be a really cool atmosphere, some really cool cars on show, and the Waimate 50 hospitality is always top notch. Now myself and the Oversteer TV team and our mates at 108 Media are heading down to Waimate, the Waimate 50 this weekend, and come say hi, come check it out. And of course this means we'll also be traveling on the Monday, so no Drift Chat next Monday coming up on the 23rd of October. We will be back on the 30th at the end of the month, so we're having a little bit of a break next Monday. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. We want to help grow this and help grow the rest of the scene here in New Zealand, so please like, share, subscribe and get it out there. Stay safe on the roads, and we'll see you down at the Waimate 50 this weekend. It's gonna be awesome.